My name is Nick. I'm a full-time trader and entrepreneur. We put out tons of stuff for free for traders.
These are real trades. This is real money. I'm putting my money on the line.
This is going to be a live trading video here, locking in over $1,000 on this trade.
Wow, I'd love to get in on this.
Technical insights that really look good to me.
Here we go. We're live.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for being here. Today is Friday, so we've got some Friday analysis for you to end out the week, hopefully on a good note. Hope you had a good trading week. I definitely personally did. I'm loving this dollar price action recently. If you guys have been watching along with the streams, you know that I am a dollar bull. And that I've caught a couple good trades recently. So I actually jumped into a trade yesterday, which we will discuss in just a moment. But let's start out with the DXY here today. By the way, shout out to all my friends in the chat right now. What's up, Don? We got Emily, Stephanie, Robert, Sakella, Mohammed, Cliff, Denise. Thank you guys for being here. And happy Friday to you. Hope you guys have something fun planned for the weekend. Here in Atlanta, we are the Braves are in the World Series. So that is, of course, a fun thing. I'm going to a party tonight to watch the Braves game, which is really exciting, right? Braves in the Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl, World Series. That's kind of exciting. Kind of a fun weekend plan. Hope you guys have something nice planned as well. With that said, let's take a look at some markets going into the end of the week. So I do want to start where we usually do, which is the dollar. Let's take a look at the dollar and see how things are playing out here on Friday. So we had a big sell-off, right? Big sell-off yesterday on the dollar. And sometimes the Forex market does this weird stuff where it goes down like crazy. And then the very next day, the market decides to be like a teenage drama girl, right? And just gets all upset and decides to go back the other way, right? Just because they said so. And so that's what we're kind of seeing here on Friday. We are seeing the dollar be a little bit dramatic, coming back up. And if you guys have been watching, like I said earlier on, I'm a dollar bull. So I'm looking for more upside on the dollar. I have positions accordingly, right? I am net bullish on the USD. So with that said, couple things to think about with the dollar. This is a 1 hour chart, but let's look at the 4 hour chart and get a little bit of a perspective here. So we have this kind of downward channel going on right now. And the question is, can we kind of break out of that concept? Because to the credit of the bears, right, you have a couple things to watch out for. One of those being, well, we double topped over here, right? We found resistance enough to sell price back down, right? The dollar sort of receded there. And now, question is, now as we start to poke our head back up, couple areas of interest, maybe like this area here, where we sat for a day or so before we had that big drama queen movement to the downside, right? And now with price running back up, I do think that a very natural place for price to kind of magnetize to would be a nice move back up to that point. So again, sometimes markets do this where they do, this big move up and then move down and then move back up, right? They do a little bit of, chaos movements, if you want to call them that. But I am loving this today because, as you guys know, as a bull, I like any sort of dollar positive movements right now. So, I will show you guys a position that I have right now, but just going into today's price action, like I said, I think dollar looks bullish. I think we're probably headed up to 94 is probably a reasonable place to see. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen on Friday. That could happen next week. But just as a overall view, I think the dollar's going higher. And, I think, I don't know if you guys notice this, but there's a lot of times on YouTube where a content creator won't actually ever say anything decisive. And I've been accused of doing that too. So I'm not going to say, I'm not going to name names because I could honestly name my own name, right? There's sometimes this lack of like any actual decision in trading and stating a bias publicly. And I got over that. You know why? Because the thing is, at the end of the day, right, I can make a statement. I think the dollar's going up. And it's up to me whether or not I let the opinions of others impact me. And I like to talk about this regularly on the stream because this is not something, just because I'm a content creator and I have people following and watching my stuff, doesn't mean you don't have these same voices in your own head, in your own trading, mindset, as well as maybe some trading friends that you have, right? You have this idea, you say, I think the dollar is going up, or you say, I think the dollar is going down, the euro's going up, the euro's going down, right? And then you get other people who will comment on that, or even yourself. Oh, I should have done this. I'm so stupid for making that decision, right? And I think that it is a really, really important thing to learn to get over that and to say, hey, you know what? Here's my analysis. Here's what I think, and just stick to it. And if you're right, great, make it count, right? Make your money, right? That's the idea with trading, is if you're right, make it count. If you're wrong, who cares what people say, right? There's I'm telling you, I have gotten it wrong 1,000 times in front of 200 plus thousand subscribers. Trust me, it's a little bit tough, and it happens to all of us. Even if you don't have 200,000 subscribers, like, you still have that mindset to get over. You have the psychology of trading that can be tough. So my opinion, please don't go making decisions just because this is my opinion. My opinion is that I think that the dollar is net bullish, and I have a position open. We'll take a look at dollar yen here today. So I took a long on dollar yen yesterday, and let me ask you guys this. Here's my dollar yen position. I'm gonna get some feedback from you guys. Let's ask this. So here's the trade. For those of you guys who are not familiar with the Discord community that we offer, check this out. Let me just pull this up really quick. Okay, here's the trade. So here's the trade that I sent out yesterday. I loved dollar yen at the 38.2% retracement. I drew my fibs, put in my level, wrote out my analysis. So fundamentally, for those of you guys who are wondering, why are you bullish on the dollar? I've talked about it a lot, but I'll try and give you the brief rundown like I did in this post. So I sent in the signal room, I said, I'm bullish on the dollar, as mentioned in the previous posts. Overall recovery in the US is strong. The Fed pushing for monetary policy tightening. They are talking more and more aggressively about the tapering process to try and combat inflation. All of those things are perceived as mostly bullish for the dollar, and expectations for the dollar are actually rising. There's a lot of hawkish outlook for the central bank here in the US to continue to kind of strengthen that dollar. And also, I've been bearish on the yen for a while, actually for the last year, really. I've been bearish on the yen due to lagging monetary policy and the general consensus that we are sort of headed back into that risk on favorable environment for buying more aggressive assets like stocks, like the pound, right? Bitcoin, all those risk on things. Risk on is basically what it sounds like. It means you put risk on when you buy these sort of things. So would we consider bonds risk on? Not really, right? But we consider the yen, which is this really slow and stable economy, risky? Not really. Would we consider the UK, which is going through that whole Brexit process and kind of making their own way, that risky? Yeah, that's a little bit more risky. Can it pay out more? Sure. Can it also go bad? Sure. Right. So that's what I say when I say risk on, right? So when I buy dollar yen, my idea is, okay, I like the dollar. I think it's strong fundamentally. And then technically, I love this move. So we had this big move to the upside, right? Finally got that pullback to that 38.2. I jumped in there on this candle here. And so far, I've already moved my stop loss to break even. I called this out inside of the Discord. If you want to see the trades that I'm taking every day, I call them out all inside of our private Discord. There's a link down below in the description to sign up for the premium version. If you'd like to get the free group, look at that, you guys. We got the link in the description popped up. There is actually a link in the description. If you would like to check it out, you can just click it there, and you can join the Discord. We actually have a way to join for free. We have some free analysis now. So let me see if I can get that for you guys real quick. Hold on. Got to just create invite. So I'm going to drop it really quick for you guys to join the Discord if you'd like. You can join for free. Here is your link. Bam, 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 dropped. All right, I just dropped it in the chat. You guys join the Discord. If you're not already in there, there's a bunch of free stuff that you can get. There is a premium version, so you can't see my trades unless you're a VIP member, but you can see a whole bunch of other free stuff. So might be helpful to you there. Thank you. I was selling Euro USD and I got stopped out from the spike and started questioning myself. Well, figure out, whenever you have questions, take it back to the drawing board. Make sure you're back testing enough. Make sure generally speaking, what you're doing in your trading. My trading at this point, I consider this like one of the biggest blessings ever, is like getting to a point in your trading where it's just boring and it's just confident, right? That's the best situation to be in. I'm not even going to lie, right? Trading, you guys, if your trading is boring to you, I think you've made it. That's my, okay, I just pinned the Discord, by the way. Right there, pinned in the chat. Click that Discord link. You can join the Discord there. And we do like some free analysis every day. We've got some free PDFs for you to download. There's a bunch of stuff in there that you can grab for free, even if you don't want to be a paid member. But if you decide to be a paid member, that's where you can see the trades that I'm taking in real time. You can see all sorts of, there's coaching webinars that some of our team members do. I forgot to mention this on stream yesterday, but Ivan, you guys know Ivan. Ivan has officially joined the A1 trading community. Can we get some confetti for that? Let's throw up some confetti for Ivan joining the A1 trading Discord, and he's going to be hosting webinars starting in November. Those of you guys who are members, do you know Ivan? Yeah, Ivan is going to be doing the webinars for our coaching calls. So he's going to be talking strategy. He's going to go deep dives, right? These live streams are great for the day-to-day sort of analysis, but a coaching webinar where you can jump on and ask your questions to a trader who has been doing this for a long time. Ivan is a Norwegian friend of mine. He is a great trader. He's constantly on the A1 Trading YouTube channel. And now we are very, very excited to have him joining and hosting live calls inside of the Discord. So yeah, big shout out again, one more time. We'll do some confetti on the screen for Ivan joining the A1 trading community as an analyst. That is just so cool. Why don't you trade with more capital? Well, Marco, I have a couple different accounts that I do trade with. And at the same time, I have many, there are times where I take more than one trade. So if you just see this trade, you say, oh, well, you're only up $127. Well, first of all, $127 for 15 minutes of work, I'll take that all day long. But number two is I actually have a couple different trading accounts, and I have sometimes several trades open on different pairs at the same time. So I don't want to overexpose myself to one trade at the same time. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, right? If you have many trades open at the same time, you don't want to be super leveraged on every trade, because then your account is going to be like flying up and down like a kite. How much is the VIP? The VIP is available, all the information on the VIP. If you'd like to sign up for the premium version, see the trades, join the coaching calls with Ivan, which again, very cool. All that is in the description. So all you do, top of the description, right below, right? Click that link and you can read up on the service that we offer. There's a whole team here. Join the community. Those of you guys who have been with us for a while, it's the real deal. I am always excited to tell people about our community because of how genuinely I think it is the best, no question place to be. If you are a serious trader, you're really, really interested in this stuff, you're really trying to get good at it, you're really trying to learn, the community is the best place to be, because we have some of the best contributors. We have not just myself, but we have Ryan out of Dubai, we have Patrick out of Germany, and now we have Ivan he's from Norway, but I think he lives in Kenya now. So we've got some great characters, and there's a whole community of great people. So many of you who are on the live streams every day with me, doing our thing here. So I'm telling you, it is the best place to be. If you're a serious trader, you want to learn from more experienced traders, chat with others, meet people, it's the place to be. Let's take a look at Euro USD here real quick, guys. Sorry for the rant. So Euro USD coming down pretty hard here today. Some of you guys remember that I ended up taking a trade here on Euro USD the other, last 2 weeks ago. I took a short here, made some profit right around here. And then I ended up re-entering and closed out for break even here. So I made a profit. So profit here, break even here. And I was glad to get out of there because price shot up against me. And I just took a break even on the trade. And then price has now started to come back down. So there may be an opportunity to look for, something like this coming into maybe next week, honestly, because I've got my dollar trade. I still was able to catch this move, right? So even though I didn't short Euro USD, remember I went long dollar yen, which is very similar because that's net dollar bullish, right? Because if we are saying that I am net bullish on the dollar, that would mean bullish on the dollar. So we'd say, oh, Euro USD coming down, right? Dollar yen going up, right? Think about it. Dollar bullish, keeping that consistent on both situations. Dollar bullish, dollar bullish. So one chart we would expect to go up, dollar yen, and one chart we would expect to go down, Euro USD, right? Because if I'm dollar bullish and I think that the dollar is going to strengthen, I'm expecting the euro to go down and I'm expecting the dollar yen to go up. So I've caught this trade. I'm in this trade right now. Maybe there's a chance to pick up Euro USD next week for me. I'll keep a tab on it. And of course, if I take any trades, those of you guys who are members in the Discord will see it there. So again, I like Euro USD short, but I've got to see sort of something here to entice me. One thing that would be interesting to me would be, can we get a break underneath sort of structure here, right? Because you have seen, if we look here, so let's draw fibs from swing high, swing low. We tagged that 38.2% retracement, right? We tagged it. We've started to drop. Question is, can we get some follow through? And if so, can we get something like this? Because maybe a couple of levels to think about. If you're looking at the euro, if you're trading the euro going into next week, let's mark some levels. We've got this area here, clear level of demand. And then you had this level. This thing just got confusing, didn't it? Because now you've got this level as supply, but you've also got this fake out. This probably caught a lot of traders, you guys. This probably snapped. Check this out. This is a cookie cutter example of what some might call like a stop hunt, right? Or at least a liquidity grab. So here's what happened. And this happens to me, so I'm not going to act all high and mighty. We talked about this yesterday. Do you guys ever get bugged by, I'm going to say it again because this definitely is frustrating, right? You know, the traders who are just like constantly like condescending, right? In the way that they talk to other traders, right? They're like, so for example, a super condescending trader would say, oh, well, you obviously shouldn't have shorted here because you knew they were going to do a liquidity grab things, and then come back down, right? And they'll only ever say that. When will they say it? Will they say it here? No. They'll say it right here, right? That is a dangerous mentality, right? Not just for that trader, but for you, right? To hear those messages and to start buying into that, it causes you to go insane. Let me tell you something, you guys. Even if you are the best trader in the world, maybe someone in the chat who's like, yeah, Nick, obviously you should have sold there. It's obvious, right? Like maybe you're thinking that, or you should have sold up here. Sorry. Like the thing is, right? No matter how good you are, sometimes the market just has some level of unexpected volatility, and it's going to make you look silly at some times. Now, I didn't short here, but let's say I did. Let's say I shorted here on the Euro USD, and I sold, right? I had a stop loss somewhere right here, and I got tagged out, right? The dangerous thing is that so many people will say, well, obviously you should have put your stop loss higher, right? Because then you wouldn't have gotten stopped out. But the problem with that is that if you live in the world of hindsight, if you live in the situation where you're like, oh, I should have done this, I could have won. If you find yourself saying those words in your trading, you're really in a bad spot. If you're saying I should have, could have, would have all the time, I should have held Bitcoin, I should have done this, I would have done this, you're not sticking to a plan. You're just sort of like throwing darts and saying like, oh, I think it's going to do this. And oh, I should have done this and I would have done that, right? Dangerous territory. Anybody, let me know if you agree. Has anyone else been seriously frustrated or negatively impacted by the idea of hindsight, right? Hindsight is 2020. We say it all the time on the channel. Type yes if you've ever been frustrated by that. And by the way, while you type yes, hit that like button if you're liking the stream. Get that like button going. That really means a lot to me. It's very, very helpful to you, to the stream and to the algorithm and stuff. We need to share these messages with more traders, I think. You guys, a lot of you in the chat probably feel the same way. You're sick of all the nonsense when it comes to trading. The stuff is not easy, right? And when people are on that hindsight train, you should have done this, could have won, that we don't need to hear that, right? We need to hear strategies, development, right? Back testing, forward testing, not doing this stuff in hindsight, because that doesn't do us any good, right? We need to adjust. We need to figure things out and take the time to do the work. That's really it. Yes, I got stopped out just before the sell-off. So Jaden, hey, you know what? It happens. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a better way to think about things. There's always a way to find some level of improvement in your trading. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that don't beat yourself up, because this move, right? This happens sometimes. Even if you were to enter, let's say right here, right? You say, see, I knew it was going to break out and it's going to be a big fake out. So I'm going to sell and I'm going to sell here, right? And let's say you did sell there and you say, I got it. The market's not going to trick me. And then the market did something like this. What if it went pop and then hit your stop loss and then dropped? The thing is, if you play this game of like shoulda, coulda, woulda, you never actually win, because there will always be times where the market makes you look silly, right? The sooner we can all accept and humble ourselves a little bit, the market is going to become more friendly to you. That's my take on it, at least. But anyways, that's enough rambling. Let's say, anyways, we'll keep going with this Euro USD idea. One thing I'd like to watch for next week would be if we can actually make a break underneath this trend line. So we've been marching higher. We did get a higher low here. Question is, can that break to the downside, and can we see some follow through, right? I would like to see ultimately Euro USD head back down to the lows. That's something I'm looking for personally on my trading. But we'll see. We will see if that can come into play. But my targets short term for Euro USD are a move back down to 1.153. I think it's very possible. Maybe not immediately, but I think in the next few weeks, we very well could see Euro USD return to the lows. So we will see if that can come into play. Let's take a look at gold now. XAU, USD. What's gold doing today? Gold. Ooh, look at that trend line breakout to the downside, my friends. Look at that. That's bearish. That's a pretty good bearish move there. Yeah, I mean, so gold came up here, 1, 2, 3 tests up here, found resistance, and not only did it find resistance, but this is what I would call a pretty clean example of a trend line breakout, right? Because you've got this big trend line here, buyers stepping in every time, looking so clean, and then right here, change of pace, story changes a little bit. Now we see sellers really controlling this area. So what are some things that we could look out for on gold? Well, check this out. If you're bearish, you got some levels here. I would say, I've mentioned this a couple times. I am dollar bullish, right? So if I'm looking at gold, I have to say I am slightly neutral / slightly bearish, right? I'm not really interested in shorting gold myself. I've talked about that on streams. I rarely do it. It takes a pretty significant setup for me to be interested in that. But you could have something like this, right? You could see a March maybe next week if things continue to develop like they are on gold. If we still see that dollar strength coming in next week, you very well could see a play like this. So if you're a gold bear, maybe there's something there on the retest. Maybe today, maybe Monday. We'll see. Keep an eye on it. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's okay to disagree with me. I'm not going to have my feelings hurt. Are you bullish or bearish on gold? Let me know. Trey says that's the worst feeling. Probably talking about the hindsight or getting stopped out before it reverses. It really is the worst feeling. I'm not even going to lie, right? Like I say, it's annoying and like we have to accept it. But I'm telling you, even after me saying that, I'm talking to myself too, because it's frustrating. There's no... there's like that saying, right? That common saying, like, oh, you need to trade like a robot. But let me know when you guys turn into robots, because I'm not a robot. And when trades go against me or they do weird things, there is levels of frustration. And I think that that's just being a human being, right? Now, what you do with those frustration feelings, whether you make mistakes and what actions you choose to make, that's up to you. That's like saying, you get like, I don't know, you step on a broomstick or like a broom and it hits you in the face and you're supposed to not react, right? Of course, it's going to cause you to feel some level of pain, but it's up to you how you let it affect you. in the end, like to the point of making decisions, right? If someone says something really mean to you, right? Let's make a comparison just because it's Friday. It's just a fun idea. If you're, let's say someone's really mean to you, right? They say something terrible to you. They say you look like a chair, and you're like, oh my gosh, that really offended me internally, right? You have two choices. You can either react and lash out and get mad at them back and hurl insults, and that just doesn't make you feel any better, and it makes you look childish, right? Or you can be the bigger person, step away and be like, hey, you know what? That's something you're dealing with. I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm going to move on with my life, and I'm going to have a good day. One of those decisions is really, really mature and improves your state of mind. It improves your way of life. And the other one brings you down a level and causes you to do actions that hurt you in the end, right? Trading is the same thing. If you let hindsight and the psychology of trading get to you, you're going to start making actions that ultimately hurt you way more. So again, it's just understanding it's a logical thing as well as a psychological thing. All right, thanks for the feedback. You guys, neutral on gold, bearish on gold, bullish, kind of a mixed sentiment there. But yeah, I think gold is interesting going into next week. We'll see if we can get like a break retest kind of concept going into the new week there. So, yeah. Gold buy or sell. Rohit, we're not here for signals. We're not. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your trading. I've already talked about my ideas. I am net bullish on the dollar, which means I am softly bearish on gold. There may be opportunities to look for shorts if that's something you're into, but I am not here to tell you what to do with your trading account. I am sharing my insights, my thoughts, and yeah, I think at the end of the day, we all have the ability to make decisions and to test and spend the time. If you really want to be a trader, go spend an hour this weekend back testing, or 2 hours this weekend back testing. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. If you spend the time back testing and just going through the charts and studying concepts and spending time on it, it really does make a huge difference. Oh, my dollar yen trade is looking good. So I'm up $140 now. And I marked this. I already pointed out, this is my thing that I'm watching for. I would love to see either today or Monday a breakout on dollar yen above this. Let me fix my lighting. It's kind of bothering me. I don't know why it's causing me to be so bright. Dollar yen, I'd like to see if we can get a breakout here. If we break that level, I am definitely going to start trailing this stop loss and locking in some profit here. So yeah, stay tuned. Like I said, I shared this in Discord. We will see if we can get the breakout here. I'll probably look to trail this stop loss behind structure somewhere. I have not decided how I'm going to manage that just yet. But again, big thing is this trend line here. I had someone send me a message and say, well, Nick, doesn't it look like dollar yen is looking like a head and shoulders pattern, right? Because you could go here and you could say head and shoulders, right? You have the left shoulder. I just messed that up. Hold on. Let me try it again. Right. So people were saying, oh, Nick, that kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern. You've got this kind of ugly concept of a head and shoulders, right? And the idea being you had the lower high, or sorry, the high, the higher high, the lower high, right? And people said, well, Nick, doesn't that look like a head and shoulders? Wouldn't that be time to like short, right? And for me, the answer would be no, because this, although we kind of had a lower high here, right? It doesn't mean that the market's just going to absolutely reverse just because you have a lower high, especially when this area of support held so beautifully, right? It's kind of like that. Here's like your neckline, if you will. If this thing had started to break underneath, I would have stopped out, jumped out of that trade immediately, because it could have at that point started looking like something like this. In that case, that's bearish structure that, if anything, I'd be more bearish biased. But the way we've played out so far on this, we did sort of get a possible head and shoulders, but then we saw this level hold, and that was where I took my buy. So I bought right there. So far looking good. move my stop loss to break even, so I can't lose money on this trade. It's just a question of whether or not this level gets broken. If that breaks, like I said, I'll look to trail stops and to go from there and see if we can get a move back up to the highs. That's ideally what I would like to see. Of course, if it was up to me, it would just go straight up, but that's not something that I control. All I get to control as a trader is where I get in, how much of a risk I take, how I manage that trade as it goes along, right? So from here, trade management, I'm just seeing if we can break this. If that happens, I'll trail stops. That's the idea. Ali says it's first time here. Hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Welcome to the live streams. We do these Monday through Friday, by the way, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. US Eastern. You can tune in, hang out, take a look at markets with me. We do chart markups. We talk fundamentals. I talk about trades that I'm taking, all sorts of stuff. So if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell also. If you want to make it to these live streams and you're like, I keep missing them, the best thing you could do is like, subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the notification bell and it will send you a little message whenever I go live, and you can jump in on the streams if you'd like. So there you go. First time live. Well, thanks for being here. I'm glad that you are hanging out. With that said, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for joining me for today's live stream. Like I said before, we do these Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. US Eastern, which is, we started about 31 minutes ago. So just come at the same time each day if you'd like to join me. And with that said, we will see you back in the next one. What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for making it to the end of today's stream. It really does go way more than you know towards supporting this content and our team here behind the scenes that makes all of this content possible. Before you go, I want to invite you to join our free Telegram and our free Discord, which will both be linked down below in the description. We share trading ideas, we share tips and tricks, broker recommendations, things that may be helpful to you in your trading career. And again, it's completely free. So down below in the description, click those links, join us there, and we'll see you in the next stream.